Alrighty. Welcome back to Reading the Scripts. I'm your host with the most here at One Nation Israelite School, Teacher Judea, and the man of the hour is
Solomon the Benjamite.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning back in with us. Please get your Bibles, your Apocryphas, bust them open. You only need your Bible for the night. Make sure you're following along, keeping up with the history. Need some education. Brother's taking his time out of his busy day and schedule to make sure if you just happen to be one who can't read, put it there for you. I like this session because this segment here, this is where we branching out to the disabled too, because there may be people who be blind who can't read.
Never thought of that.
That's why I thought about it.
It's crazy. Oh man! Oh, glory to the Father. Oh man!
All right. Welcome back. Thursday night. Y'all know what time it is when y'all see this segment. One of the devoted men to the Most High at the School of One Nation Israelite Schools, taking his time out of his day to come and read a couple chapters to you, so that way you get some edification on these particular chapters. We normally let you just open up and go into reading, but I wanted to actually say a couple words if I could.
Oh, go ahead.
Today is another heathen day that goes by the name of Valentine's Day. Okay. Now, when you look up the history of Valentine's Day, they give you multiple origins of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The one that made the one that caught me, and the idol matches it, was the story of I forget the dude's name. His name is Valentine. He was supposedly, it was something put out by a certain king when they was at war that they could not marry. So he decided he was going to break that rule and marry anyways, and the king or the general of whatever the army was cast him into a prison. When he's in prison, he falls in love with a cellmate.
Right.
The cellmate dies. And he said on that particular day that the cellmate died, his spirit would come back and visit him every year at that particular day. So now you got to ask yourself, what is Valentine's Day really? Because you try to clean it and say it's about your woman, your wife, your love. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is about a man who fell in love with a cellmate in prison. So that would be a homosexual celebration. Because if you're in prison, you're a man, you fell in love with your cellmate, then that's talking about two men fell in love.
Right.
And he say every year on this particular date, the spirit of that man would come back and visit him in the cell. Now let's put the idol to it. The idol is a short, chunky cracker elf or a dwarf by the name of Cupid.
Okay, yeah.
And Cupid float around butt ass naked with wings on his back, and he shoots you in the butt with a bow and arrow, and you fall in love. Hold on.
Shoot you in the butt
with a bow and arrow, and you fall in love. Now, it can be Valentine's Day. Shoot love.
Okay. Something he gets every night. It's holiday.
So now the booty up for chocolate. Are we clear now? Are we clear?
Much it wasn't clear.
No, they said it was breaking up. Are we clear? But yeah, so this particular day, okay, we good. All right. So yes, on this particular day, women prostitute themselves for chocolate. You get the booty for chocolates. And that's what it is. Like pouring themselves out for chocolates, cards, movies. It's women literally talking about, I just need me a Valentine's Day. I'm gonna give them some. So long as you get some chocolates, a movie, or whatever the case may be tonight, you get the booty. America has taught you the hoe out. We already know America is the biggest hoe.
Of course.
But now they done made everybody buy into being hoes.
Join in with us hand in hand and be hoes.
Bust it open for chocolates.
Man, come on, man. My man is tripping, man.
So, right. Right, like my brother said, that is some suspect stuff right there.
Right.
2 men fall in love in a cell. One of them dies. Let's ask ourselves: these 2 men fell in love in a jail cell. What did the one die of?
Hey, it sounds like the same thing that your boy Alexander the Greek died from. It's called the venereal disease.
Right, because if 2 men sleeping together,
come on,
eventually some disease is gonna pop up in that thing.
Right.
And he passed, and his spirit came back and visited him. What did the spirit do when he came back to see you? Shoot you in the ass with a bow and arrow. Right. So he shoot you in the butt with a bow and arrow. Now, y'all, we telling it to you off the way the idol was put. But y'all know, what is that bow and arrow really symbolic to?
A penis.
And why is it being shot in somebody's butt? What does that mean?
Yeah, see, that was trying to say so hard.
You're reading about you're celebrating homosexuality.
Right, it's a homosexual activity.
Right, now, how does the Most High feel about homosexuality? Let's get that script for me, please. I know you like that.
So I don't know which one you want. That was the question.
Yeah, go ahead and just give me the first one come to mind.
All right.
What is that?
Let's see, I can go to Leviticus 18, 20, 22. You want that one? Or do you want the other one?
Yeah, go ahead, give me 22.
Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
All right. You got another one for me?
Yeah.
So the scriptures tell us clear that you should not lie with a man should not lie with another man the way that he would lay with a woman. For that is an abomination. Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
So the Most High said that if a man lies with a man and a woman lies with a woman, because don't get it twisted, just because it started off with homosexuality and it was men, don't think that women aren't guilty of the same crimes. So if a woman's lying with a woman as in the way that she should be laying with a man, and if a man's laying with a woman in the way that, if a woman lays with a woman the way that she should lay with a man, and a man lays with a man in the way that he should be laying with a woman, they both shall die. Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of you have simple minds. From the beginning, the Most High said this. I know a lot of you don't understand it, but because you know your understanding ain't that, but rock with me. The Most High said this from the beginning. A woman came from a man's rib, right? And woman means from man. So when he says the man, that does not exclude your ass, woman. You're still included. So when he was talking about this right here, it was also a reverse side. If you laying with a woman as you lay with mankind, you are an abomination.
Right. And you shall surely be put to death. And it says that blood shall be upon their head. That means you are the sacrifice for that sin.
Right. You out of here.
All right. So understand that. Now, let's get Colossians 2 and 8. And then we're gonna get one more scripture and I'll let you take over your segment. Because I could go in off this off the top of my head. I hate this damn day.
Yes. I hate homosexuals. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't give a damn you don't like me or not. So be it. Do what you gonna do.
All right. One nation, we hate evil.
Right.
We hate evil. And some of y'all, you're posting that today they gonna be posting pictures all around the world. Today, there's a lot of simple behind women that haven't been taught this truth. And you know what? They're going to give up their virginity. Some nasty nigga is out there taking somebody's daughter's virginity today.
The world have made the I'm going to be honest, I can't say the woman. They have made the Israelite woman, you so-called black woman, they have made your mind so in love with material things that you will give up your body and sell your body for a diamond, gold, money, and you'll open your legs for it.
And chocolates.
Right. But for today, the main thing you open your legs up is for a teddy bear, money, chocolate, a car, and some flowers.
Right.
It's amazing.
Some of y'all gonna get 2 for $20s and go back home and open your legs up.
So a woman said that 2 for 20 ain't no date no more.
See, material ass woman. Right. You know what? If 2 for 20 ain't a date, don't see. That's one thing we got to get out of here. Listen, if that woman ain't appreciative of a 2 for 20 dinner, and don't think we talking about Valentine's Day. We just doing something in general. I tell you what, she'll be happy with a goddamn tooth. She'll be happy with a $5 box from damn Popeyes then.
Right.
All right, let me get that real quick. So we can
Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of man, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Now, let's do this again. Read it one more time. Watch this.
Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
So they're going to spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit. Lies.
Right.
The philosophy. Today is a day about love and romance. And first of all, operative word there, Rome.
Right.
Romance. Okay. I am not a goddamn Roman. So therefore I can never be romantic. And when you look into the Romans' customs, they were gay.
They believed that a little boy or a man, what they call was pure or holy love.
Right. According to them, a man could never actually be in love with a woman. You could only use a woman to produce a child to keep your lane going. But to be in love, you had to be with a young boy or another man.
Right.
So when it says, if you think today is about romance, let's just put it straight. You're following gay customs.
And then your ass gay.
You can't be romantic if your ass is not a Roman.
But forgive me, I don't want to key in on you because this is a topic and shit. Listen, I love this topic because the commander bringing out fire, man. Y'all not catching it. This is a word that brother told me a long time ago. Some of y'all confused for real. I don't like when a man say, I don't support gay people, but I'm okay with it. What the hell are you saying? You are contradicting yourself. You saying you don't, man, motherfucker, you're saying that you're okay with it.
Right.
Stop lying to yourself. If you don't support it, then say I don't like it. Stop saying I'm okay with it. You're not okay with it if you don't support it.
Right. Because now you're just speaking feigned words.
Right.
You're trying not to offend.
Man.
But guess what? You know, it's either one way or another. You either with it or you ain't.
Right.
You know I'm saying? Ain't no such thing as long as they don't try me. There's no such thing as that. If you're against homosexuality, you're against it. Ain't got to be nobody to try you.
Right.
I don't like homosexuals. So guess what? I don't want to see one. I don't want you around me.
Right. No, I don't support it. I don't advocate it. I'm not with you. I'm not with none of your rights.
I don't like homosexuals, but long as they don't try me. But you cool with them being in the area with you, long as they don't try you.
Right.
I don't know. Take your faggot ass over there somewhere.
Get your ass out of here.
All right, let's finish this scripture out, man, so you can get to this chapter.
I'm sorry. Beware, lest any man spoil you through. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Man. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men.
Literally, this tradition is literally after men. Literally, 2 men in a cell in love. God. Now there's a short midget running around shooting people in the butt with bow and arrows, and women all of a sudden falling in love and having sex over chocolates, cards, teddy bears, and whatever else came with it.
But our people got to wake up and stop being dumb. Esau are saying, these are some dang dummies. And I can do anything to trick them and they will believe and roll with it.
You know, it's a dumbass on his knee right now telling us, so will you spend the rest of your life with me? Every kiss begins with K. Well,
come on, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Man,
God, man.
Somebody right now with that bullshit.
Man, come on, man. Oh my God. Hey, forgive me. My man here crazy. After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world.
Right, because today is a worldly day and all the people following that same rudiment of the world. Go ahead.
And not after Christ.
Because you don't see Christ in here somebody give up the booty for chocolates.
See, man, come on, man.
You don't see Christ condoning you celebrating a day that was started by homosexuals.
Right.
All right. You can't find Valentine's Day in the scripts. So what the hell are they? The only Valentine's Day you reading, if you want to talk about a Valentine's Day, that's the day that you and that woman go into the marriage chamber to consummate the marriage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Valentine's Day is a whoremongering homosexual holiday. Why? Because guess what? Today, a lot of you women are going to give your body away to dudes you rarely even know. Some of you going to give them away to dudes that you know. But guess what's going to happen? Months from now, y'all be broke up, and you know what's going to happen? You're going to be banging the next dude. And he's going to be banging the next woman. So guess what? It's just putting whoredom in the land.
Right.
To hell with damn Valentine's Day. Give me Proverbs 3:31, and I'm going to finish it there.
Proverbs
3:31.
Excuse me. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31.
Because this day was not created by your people, nor was it for your people, but your people just happens to be, though we have always been a idolatrous people, because we love everybody else's customs except for our own.
Right. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
The scriptures say, envy not the oppressor. Don't be jealous of him. Come on.
And chose none of his ways.
And don't you choose none of his ways. Valentine's Day is his way. Whoremongering is his way. Prostituting yourself is his way.
Right.
Being a servant for the woman's sake is his way.
Right. I had to break this down to a woman today. Think about this. Y'all don't get to understand how men, you need to grow. My brother did a class. By the way, Commander today, go check it out. Grow some damn nuts. Right. I'm gonna tell you why. Check this out. If a woman went and bought you all this stuff for this so-called Valentine's Day, right? Chocolate, all this and cards. And she said, what did you get me? And you said, baby, I got you some penis. You think that will work? No. You are being fooled and you're being played as weak. Even if I was in the world and I celebrate that, I want to give too. You talking about you got me some ussy? Listen, what's gonna happen? You gotta go.
Right.
That's crazy, man. Oh my God.
So understand, Valentine's Day is not the way of our people. The scripture said clearly, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. So my people, wake up, repent, and come from I'll be like, today, I'm like, ain't nobody going on. Get out my damn face, get this damn movie and sit your ass down somewhere. I ain't going no. Right. Listen, y'all better leave it. Y'all better wake up, wake up, wake up. He got her some what?
What happened?
Say it again, Salo. What? He got her some what?
Some penis.
Some penis. All right. So that's all I want to bring out about Wicked Valentine's Day, and just a little food for thought. You cannot be you should not be trying to be romantic, and you're not a Roman.
Right.
And romance is nothing but gay man's. All right.
Oh my God, man.
All right. With that, I say pass it over to my brother Solomon.
Yes.
We're gonna pick up at Genesis chapter 4. Do your thing whenever you ready.
Y'all don't understand how great that was. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. Give a damn if you get mad. Celebrated and you getting slaughtered right along with these Roman built empire of Roman, Egypt, and Sodom. You're getting slaughtered with them. You out of your mind. Why would you want to follow somebody who followed they homos? Why would you want to follow them? The Most High God made your ass great. He gave you a wife from your rib. Y'all don't understand that. Calm down. But he gave you a wife from your rib. Because he know that homosexuality is wrong and you going to... I'm going to read because you're making me mad. I'm going to read. That brother brought out some fire, man.
Glory to the Father.
Oh, glory, man. Y'all don't get it, man. Get out of this wickedness, man. Our people need to wake up. We can't stay asleep forever because when you do, you're going to get eternally burnt. And that's forever. Lasting. Get it together. Oh, my God.
You ready?
Genesis chapter 4 and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain bought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also bought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering, he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou dost well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother. And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Excuse me. I'm just trying to let y'all know this. Why you think they go around and try to culture appropriate or be culture vultures? Because the Most High put that thing from the beginning. They would be fugitives and vagabonds. They have no homeland and they go around stealing everybody's culture. So-called white man for you. History lesson. Take notes. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out from this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. Excuse me. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And to Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mehujael, and Mehujael begot Meshiel, and Meshiel begot Lamech. And Lamech took unto him two wives. The name of the one was Adaha, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Adaha bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain. Wow. Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Nahamaha. And Lamech said unto his wife, Adaha and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man of my wandering, and a young man to my hurt.
Wounding.
I'm sorry. I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son and called his name Seth. For God said, she have appointed me another seed of Abel she have appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began man to call upon the name of the Lord. Chapter 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the days of that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created. He them and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begot Enos 807 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begat Canaan. And Enos lived after he begot Canaan 815 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begot Mahalaleli. And Canaan lived after he begot Mahalaleli 840 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalaleli lived 65 years and begot Jared. And Mahalaleli lived after he begot Jared 830 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalaleli were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. And Enos walked with God after he begot Methuselah. Methuselah. Mm-hmm. See, that's crazy. Methuselah 300 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. And you said Methuselah?
Yeah.
And Methuselah lived 108 years, 186 years, and begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of oh my God, I don't know why this tongue twisted me. of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years and begot a son. And he called his name Noah, saying, this same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed. And Lamech lived after he begot Noah 595 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Verse 6. Chapter 6. And it came to pass when man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil and continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood, room shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to be the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories thou shalt make it. And behold, even I do bring a flood of water upon the earth, to destroy all flesh wherein the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife and thy son's wife with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded him. So did he. We're going to give y'all one more time. One more. 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by 7s, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of the clean beasts and of the beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And the 600 year in Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after his kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in, male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord set him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth. And all the high hills that were under the whole heavens were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail. And the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that move upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And that's the end of chapter 7 of Genesis. Next, we'll be bringing to you chapter 8 of Genesis, and whatever chapter we stop at. But this have been Reading in the Scripts with One Nation Israelite School. And we're going to bring this to you whenever that we can.
Yeah. Thank you for joining in with us and Reading the Scripts. Brought to you by Devoted Man of the Most High, my brethren Solomon. Once again, I'm your host with the most, Commander Judea, here at One Nation Israelite School. Listen, it was so hard for me not to break down some of this stuff when you was reading it.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I did my best not to stop and interject, because that's why I touched that one part. I was like, so much stuff, I just want to jump in and be like, listen. Oh my God, man. That's why it's great to go over history, though.
I hope y'all enjoyed the show. We'll see y'all again. Shalom to my family, One Nation family. I love y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom.